media product. For my front cover, I have followed the conventions by using the masthead at the top of my page, which is the rock on there, as you can see. It goes from edge to edge and is large, so it's like the main thing apart from my cover image that draws the eye in. The words rock on is like, I think it's like a saying which works well with my music magazine being a rock magazine. I have stuck to 4 main colours for my front cover. Those 4 are the grey, you can see at the top, which would be the grey off Sam's shirt. The red, which is my masthead and the Trouble of the Ambient, and the bottom banner, which is the red off Beth's shirt, which is the rose you can just see there. I have then used blue, which is Beth's shirt, and then black for the writing. That's the normal writing that's in the top and bottom banner, and then my cover lines. I have only included 2 cover lines on the front cover, which are this year's greatest bands and 20 top gigs you need to see, as I felt there was a lot of writing already on my front cover with my banners, which was all about what is inside the magazine, but without them the cover looked plain, so I decided to include the 2 of them. I then used a font that for the Trouble of the Ambient, which is used throughout my 3 pages, as this would have been like the band's logo. Then my 3 people are 2 in the background, which are about the same size, and then the 1 person in the front, which is bigger than the other 2. So this shows her as the main person in the band. Then I have challenged the conventions slightly, as normally it would be a plain background for the image, so there's nothing like in the way distracting the reader's attention from the image. But I have included the background from the original image for my photo shoot, as when I was taking it there was woods in the background. And because this is the December issue, I made it black and white to give it a slightly wintry feel to it. So this was also challenging the conventions, as normally it is just how it is. It isn't focused on like the what season it is at the time. Then on my contents page, I have followed the conventions, as I have used 3 columns. But then I have used 3 columns, whereas you would normally find the writing down the side and then along the bottom with images in this part. I have put it in 3 columns again, where I've got my 3 at the top, which is just explaining what the page is and then showing the front cover. I then used the middle bit, which is showing the writing and the content of the magazine. Then the bottom bit, which is like a mini article. I've then again stuck, as felt this was a good layout, I have then again stuck to the 3 colour scheme, so it links in with my front cover, which you can see in the top corner. I have again highlighted that it is the first issue of the magazine. As I felt like it needed to link together, as the article at the bottom was linking with my double page, and then it was also in the featured at the top. To make this stand out more in these, I made the writing red and the numbers blue, which is the same blue as the featured word and the contents word. This is good, as it is linking all of my magazine together, so it's not just like it's 3 pages from 3 different magazines. The mini article at the bottom is developing the convention slightly, as you would normally get a couple images, not as many as I have put on it, but this links to my double page, as I had a lot of images from my photo shoot that I couldn't use on my double page or on my front cover, as they weren't images that were like clear or they were like messing around on it. But because in my double page I have mentioned like how young they are, I thought it would be fitting to add in these images, as it just shows them messing around and like highlights the youth of the band themselves. If I was to improve this, I would possibly move up everything slightly, so I'd have a bigger gap here and then these would be closer together, as I feel it is all sort of really lots of gaps up here and then it's all just pushed down towards the bottom. I really like my double page this was the first idea I came up with. I knew I wanted an image and then sort of cut out along the edge, so then it's like, because I saw it on another magazine, so I was just trying to use the conventions of that magazine. And once I'd got this image, it's from a high angle, which isn't normally done, but because normally they're straight on, but it fitted with how the magazine was fitting together. I then again used the same font for Trouble of the Ambient as I have used for the rest of the magazine in the same colour, and then I felt like to highlight the mini subheading there, I used the blue, as it wasn't featuring apart from on Beth's shirt anywhere else on this page. Because my article is a interview with the band, I didn't really have a stand first paragraph. Well, I did, but it wasn't like, this is a summary of what we talked about, or this isn't a summary of what happened. Mine was just saying, we asked questions that you wanted to ask. So I had to put my drop capital on that tiny paragraph, as it didn't look right with my question, as my question was only 2 lines long. It just wasn't working, but I feel the way it is come out with me writing being in 3 columns, this is probably the best page of the 3. For my front cover, as I've not mentioned it, if I was to do any improvements, I think I would slightly move this unsigned band of 2012 away from the edge, as it sort of blends in. If I could get it more in line with the line of the T, it would look a bit better. I think if I was to take the pictures again, I would have Rowan wearing a plain shirt, as then I could put this one over here, because it looked too messy with the writing on top of the All Time Low shirt and the faces, as I already had to Photoshop Sam's shirt, as it had Jack Daniels on it and you couldn't really read the writing, just to make it all look neater and like blend in better. So I think that's how I've used the media products.